Yo, 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 wagwan, people of the internet. This is a little thing for the homebrew group chat as well as the world at large via social media. I've been hanging out with mad drones and aliens, and they told me a lot of shit, and I have a lot to tell about that, but I want to keep it simple and just relay a practical message about some things, life on Earth. I wanted to show you a little bit of craft thing, been up to, something to whip downstairs. Alright. Show you a couple things. Check this out, fucking e-bike. It's kind of been in the shop for several weeks now. There's a freaking issue with the motor. It's partially broken. I got a brand new motor. But in the meantime, throughout the process, I slapped a coat of spray paint on there so far. And I also did finally mount on the little freaking front trunk. And it's just hanging out. But that's not the point of this video, but what the heck. I make these things for my girlfriend and the people of social media to let them know what's going on with my life. I'd be piddling and paddling around and freaking having like the poets of the trees coursing through my mind. And I think of all these things to say, and if I go to try to type them and post them, I forget them in the process of typing them, and then if I try to write them, my fingers and stuff don't move quick enough, so I forget them, but they're all profound. So I figure if these epiphanies are in my mind, maybe I can just talk about basic shit, and Facebook is it's just like a journal of your life, and ultimately whatever you've ever uploaded to Facebook is going to be part of whatever you might experience going forward into the metaverse, right? So social media, all of it, including your private messages, as well as the entirety of the internet, as well as the entirety of the creativity of human potential, is going to culminate in a universe, metaverse. And there's this physical reality, but they're going to merge and blend, and psychedelics and drugs and etc. is why I'm talking today. Because this e-bike's really cool. It uses electricity to move, right? And there's more on that, but this video wasn't about to be on that. But I'll just let you know that in the process of riding that and playing with it, I've been discovering things about electricity and locomotion, and it's really cool, and I'm really excited. Woohoo. So let me try to get a little more bit in before my Moodray gets home from pickleball. What I wanted to show you is what's going on right here on the little spot here. Some cool things. My camera's broken because if I had it, I would have taken a picture of this because it looks so nice. This is what should be in every American household. This is the root of religion. And it's right there. And even though people have these things, I don't know if everyone's put them together quite in the way that I've figured out how to do so. So what we have here are several things. There's a lot of angles. We're just going to work with this one from now. It's not the same as what I see. If you're me, you might see it like this. Alright? Or if you're over here, you might see it like that. Alright? So, this is just a little segment of my never-ending story, how to cook shit up in the freaking earth. Now look. Alright. Now if I had cool extra cameras and a film crew, I'd be getting mad shots. Like I would say here, like this, and get whoa, what's that? Turns out it's water. Clear. Crystal clear water. Distilled. There's actually, I can see a couple bit of particulates that have floated from the air into there. A little hair thing or dust or something, even though this has been on there. Could have potentially been on there. But either which way, this vessel is pure water. Right? Now this vessel here is a concoction, solution, fermentation, combination of aerial herbal freaking leaves. The mint leaves. I took the mint leaves from the yard, and that, I could talk about mint forever, but I picked the mint that got there somehow. The lawnmower planted it, and it grew because of the sunlight paid the government to feed the water bill so the earth could emit the tax rate of currency. So the mint came up. I picked it eventually, had it dried. I might not have even picked it. I think my girlfriend picked it. But we picked the mint. It was there. I was here. I also have access to pure water and the means to purify it even purer. Sweet. Took the pure water, the mint, and sugar, and a dash of yeast that came from a berry, a beach plum, also in the yard. Naturally formed beach plum covered in yeast, put it in water with sugar, and it just was chilling and stuff for a while, just periodically fed it. But I ended up taking a little bit of that solution, adding it to the solution of mint and sugar, and I got a mint beer wine. I don't know what to call it, but it's just literally mint and fermentation. I don't know what the alcohol percentage is. It's still bubbling. It's still actually working. I only started it on the 20th of November. It's now the 18th of December. I've taken a couple samples. It's still sweet, but it's very good. And I also had it combined with LSD, and I also had it with Amanita. So that's what this is also leading into, is that Amanita is what I'm really all about, and the magic of Amanita is water soluble. So you can see how far this may go. Home brew. Right? So that's a mint beer wine. Mint. It's just mint only. I could have put more in there, but I just wanted to put it just as is. Then right here, bam! We have a little ginger in here, right? Little thing here. This is just a day or two in. Could go for 3 or 100 or more, but either which way, there's microbials eating sugar and interacting with the freaking molecules of the ginger in suspension and solution, right? Okay, so both things I showed you, all three of them, the water, the mint beer wine, and the ginger soda pop beer wine to be, all of them have enough room in them for an all of these have enough room in them for most of these. You can get a lot of these in there, or even just a few. But you could take these mushrooms, right, and you can put them into the glass that you then pour, and then you're going to drink. And the longer that liquid is in there, the more infused it will be. And then, of course, that meat or fruit in there still can be either poured upon furthermore, or it can be simmered or eaten or just used further, right? And there's even theories and possibilities that somehow maybe if you had like a terracotta clay pot and you were doing the shit with it, that maybe you could even grow like mycelium in it. But that's a whole other experiment I've not quite done yet. But theoretically it's possible, because the mushrooms they have at least one spore on there, probably two, if not more. Now they do release the spores, but they release so many and they're so tiny that they're there. So theoretically, if this were to land on a freaking devoid planet of nothing but trees and a pine tree, or nothing but rocks and a pine tree, it might grow. Either which way, the molecules are water soluble. Now if you put it in whole, you're going to absorb whatever is available. If you chop it up or chew it up or blend it up or dry it and crush it, you'll get more surface area and a greater infusion rate. So you can kind of dial things in that way. You can sip this stuff, you can gulp it all at once. It's better to sip, probably. But the point of this is that I can take this right here. Now, if you know, you know, but most of you do not really know what this is. You've all seen it your whole life. Let me get you another example of it. This one is bigger. It looks like that. These are just, I got these in the mail order. A variety of these that works just the same grows near me, but this year they have not fruited. We're having a skunk year. Last year they were pretty dope, but like this year it ain't coming up. But these are the proverbial mushroom. This is the oldest trick in the book. Magic. Now if you notice, they're red. The water is clear. I'm not going to do this on video right now. I think my mom might be home. I don't know. But if I put this in this water and let it sit there, it would no longer be clear. If I put this in any one of these, they're going to change. And the properties will be banging. Better than beer and wine. And you can even mix it with beer and wine. You could put this in beer and wine. You could put it in water. You could put it in coconut water. And the next episode, I'm going to get further in depth, but I'm going to end it right here since it's approaching 10 minutes and the internet is impatient. And I've got more content to make than this, and I have chores to do, plus a whole empire to maintain. But this is just a standard coconut water from the store. if you take this and put it in here, one time I did it, it tasted like that cereal honeycomb crunch. So good. I put the mushroom in the coconut water, it soaked, and then I drank it, and it tasted like this cereal. Another thing is there's a couple different preparations I've done with the simple ingredients of cannabis and ginger and sugar to various ratios and degrees, maybe a little lemon here and there, and maybe a couple other things. You got like nutmeg and cloves. But between like a couple different herbs and spices, particularly cannabis and ginger and sugar to various ratios, I've made tea that tastes like certain cereals I've had as a kid. All right? It's all about the terpenes. Fruit Loops, Fruity Pebbles, Honey Crisp, yada yada yada. This is for another video, but what I'm going to end this video on is saying that all the artificial flavors that all the youth and such have been addicted to, that have corrupted their codes, they're all basically, they're addictive, and they are so desired because they're playing on and impostering, they're pretending to be certain sensations that we are geared to receive naturally from Earth. So cannabis is like the pinnacle plant, and it's basically all plants in one, and there's more on it than that. Like, I get into the psychedelic aspect of it, and that it's like the fractal culmination, etc., blah blah blah. But the terpenes, lots of terpenes, right? You got terpenes, and then you've got red dye number 40, and then all their natural flavors, coupled with crap sugar and crap wheat and crap everything. So the whole entire supermarket, basically, cereal, bread, soda, Coca-Cola, based on cola nut. It's a nut from Africa. It's very good for you. Coca-Cola is the worst thing you can drink or buy. So you have millions of Americans drinking Coca-Cola, and that's why I make the videos that I make, man. That stuff is just bunk.